That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! Sunday afternoon in the alley. Girls, boys, and bills at Downtown Brew. Ballet. Prognostications and various jokes. So grab your beer, we're so glad you're alive in the alley, folks.
I haven't been around in a while. Where are we?
Live!
In the alley!
Actually, that guy's not been around in a while.
Well,
We're pointing to the ghost of AA.
the G host.
He's back. Hello.
Hi.
So a nice, easy, non-life-threatening victory last week against New England. We only gave up 21 points. We only scored 27.
And Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year. And Josh Allen couldn't throw the ball for crap.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. Do better the next week. That next week is now. And now is tonight at 8:20.
8:20?
Yeah, the game is in 37 hours.
I hope we can stay awake.
Yes. I'm drinking.
Actually, I might take a nap.
I'm drinking plenty of coffee and probably some other barbiturates or something to keep me going.
So,
Not really.
this landlord,
Okay.
he's got a 12-bedroom apartment.
Okay. All right, now I'm ready.
5 ants move in.
Oh! Yep, keep going.
Oh, you
Yeah,
heard it.
I know it.
Crap.
Well, keep going now.
But anyways, he goes, you need to find some more people to move in. So 5 more ants move in.
Go on.
And they said, we can't find 2 more people. And he goes, well, as long as there's 10 ants.
I just heard this joke like Friday night.
Well, I heard it today.
Tenants. Tenants. I got it.
So did I.
Speaking
That's
of
what
the
I
Bills'
told her.
defense, we'll throw a couple notes at you as we did last week. Just with so much more accumulation of cool stats, the Bills are still kind of pretty good at sitting at 10-6, in danger of missing the playoffs. With 1 day left. But some more highlights of the season, where we're gonna talk about them where we can. We like talking about Terrell Bernard on this show.
Man, is he awesome.
So Bernard is the first player in the NFL since 1991 to record 6 or more sacks, have 3 or more picks, or 3 or more fumble recoveries in the same season.
How old were you in 91?
4.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was 12 and I don't.
Moving on. More on the defense. Rasul Douglas. Pretty good pickup, huh? Pick 6 last week. He has 6 turnovers, I guess, if you want to call it that way.
Yeah.
Interceptions
4
and fumbles.
picks, 2 recoveries.
I believe so, yeah. Since joining the Bills, he's got the most defensive turnovers, there we go, by a defender since he joined the Bills in all of the NFL. So that's pretty awesome. Here's something that you might not believe. Actually, you might. Do you think Josh Allen gets sacked a lot?
No.
No. I agree. Do you think the Bills sack the opposing quarterback a lot?
Yes.
Very much so. They could possibly close in on a team record today. The Bills are plus 32 in the sack differential column this year, which means they have 32 more sacks than they've been sacked. That's awesome.
Are they 3 or 4 away?
From the team record? Yeah, so, something like that. Just a handful. But, I mean, for the Bills, it does seem like when I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, Allen doesn't really, maybe 1 or 2 a game, hardly
Yeah.
ever 3, but it does happen. But it seems like the Bills' defense always has 2 to 3 sacks a game. That's pretty wild. That's a testament to the defensive front.
Well, and we have a guy who runs around pretty good back there.
Well, and the offensive line is good, too. I mean, there's a lot of combinations going into that.
All of it, yeah.
That's awesome. And anything more with the defense? A couple other cool offensive stuff, though. Nothing more with the defense. How about Josh Allen?
So my vacuum broke.
Uh-huh.
I took it to Mozzie's.
Uh-huh.
They put a Dolphins jersey on it, and it sucked again. I told that one last time.
Something we didn't talk about last time. Speaking of Miami, which I know Jim is going to cover a little bit. Allen, 10-2 against Miami in the last 12 games, 34 touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. He has multiple passing TDs against the Dolphins in 12 straight games. That is the longest such streak for a quarterback versus a defensive opponent or versus another opponent ever in league history. Tom Brady never threw 12 straight games of 2 or more touchdown passes against the Bills. To put it in perspective.
Isn't it 10-1 because he got hurt one time? Got him.
No. I'm saying we're 10. No, it's 10-2. He lost.
But he got hurt.
No, he didn't. It was the one where Charles Clay dropped it in the end zone at the end of the game.
Oh,
Rookie
that was
year.
the worst.
Rookie year, yeah. Rookie year, and then the opening game, or the first time we faced them last year was the second loss.
Charles Clay is the worst.
Yes. Yep. Signed him for a lot of money then. Tyrod
And
liked
then
him.
we just cut him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He came from Miami, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Screw him. Back to bad vacuum cleaner jokes. Josh Allen is also he threw the ball like crap, but the guy can still run pretty damn well. He's the first quarterback in the Super Bowl era with 8 or more rush touchdowns in a 5-game span. 2 against the Chargers, 2 against Philly, adding up to 8 eventually against those other teams.
He said 10 in a row.
Yeah.
They weren't all just push pushes either.
No. They're design runs.
I hate the tush push.
You do?
Well, when we score, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, Allen Allen never goes right at the middle. He goes to the B gap, which you 2 gaps to the left of the center. He just finds the open spot. He's so big and strong where he can just, Gabe Davis gives him a little poke in the back, and that's good.
Poke in the butt.
Oh, also in the last 10 games against Miami, the Bills averaged 36 points a game. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough about the Bills being good in a bad season. Well, we'll call it a bad season. Hang on. Before we even play tonight, before the game's decided.
I know. I'm scared.
If you would have said, if it's September, it's 5 minutes before the Jets game, and you say, if I put you in a coma and you sign up to wake up and the Bills are the 2 seed in the playoffs, would you sign up? Absolutely.
No, just
Give me the 2 seed.
Leave me in the coma.
Give me the 2 seed. You never know the difference. You never know that.
Let me know afterwards.
Is a 9/11 truther and all. No, he's not really, but still. But yeah. Anyway, I'd have taken it. I'd have taken it. I just signed up for number 2 seed then and not watch the season.
How stupid is it that we are the 2 seed or we're out?
Or
Almost,
right, or the 7.
2 or 7 or we're out.
Yeah, ridiculous.
How can we be the 2 seed or out?
Right, because Cleveland didn't win their division. That's why.
It's like wiping before you poop.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Cleveland is a funny one. Cleveland's going to finish. Say they lose today. It doesn't matter.
Speaking of the Browns.
Yeah. Boo. Boo poo. Cleveland's locked into the 5 seed no matter what happens to anybody. They were locked into the 5 seed at the end of last week. And they could finish with a better record than the Bills by 2 games.
I don't understand how this works. Right?
It's math.
Math is.
And I'm good at math.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were good. You proved it last week. I was proud of you. Quarters. Remember that?
Yeah. All the quarters.
Yeah. Yeah, you're so good at math, now you just say all. Jesus. So, I mean, there you go. We just laid it out for you. Just win the damn game. Jacksonville loses, you're in already. And we didn't. We almost had the tie last night.
Oh, I was so. Oh.
Good job, Indy, for not putting your best player on the field when it mattered the most last night and throwing an out route to your 4th-string running back who dropped it on 4th down.
Did you watch the replays of it? After he dropped it, he threw his hands in the air. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun. I feel bad for the guy.
But we came that close to a tie because if they just scored a touchdown and missed the extra point, there's your tie.
That's why I was mad they missed the extra point. I'm like, they score a touchdown, they're going to make it.
Right. But none of it mattered because, good coaching and stuff. So, yeah.
Here we are.
Yep. We've been doing this for 18
games in
weeks.
48 hours, so that's cool.
Somehow it got longer away. It was 36, now it's 48.
We're traveling back in time.
Back in time. That's another Huey Lewis song that was in Back to the Future, but not the main hook.
That's not the news.
No. Speaking of news, let's get some about the Dolphins because we can't bore you any longer with our crap, so we'll let Jim do it. It's time for Jives with Jimmy! Don't worry about the cameras.
I won't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, Jimmer.
Hi, Jimmer.
Guys, how we doing?
Hi, Jimmer. Hi, Jimmer. Hi, Jimmer.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Douglas that you guys got from Green Bay. Would you get him for like a 5th rounder or something like that?
We got him for, yeah.
It was a 3rd or a 4th, I thought.
That's got to be, there's not a ton of trades in the NFL.
Hey, guys.
Fourth
Wait-
and then a Razul and a 5th in return.
Way to do your research.
That's what he's for.
Well, I'm just going to say that's got to be the trade of the year because that was a freaking steal.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
He is number one.
He's had
You know,
one bad game. Philadelphia. He got burned in the second half against Philly, but other than that, he's been stalwart, and he was great last week. I don't care what the level of competition is. You make plays.
That return for the touchdown,
Was
I'm like, there's no way. No
he
way.
dived and danced and all
Go
that.
down. Go down.
Nope. No, I'm scoring, damn it.
All right, let's talk about some Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, fish. Yeah.
Been a while since we talked about them. Let's get you caught up. 11-5, first place in the AFC East. Already clinched a playoff berth.
Not for long.
They have been alone on top of the AFC East every week, with the exception of the week 4
Yep.
when the Bills beat them, and they were both tied at 4-1. After week 13, Dolphins were 9-3 with a 3-game lead over the second place 6-6 Bills. Week 14, the Dolphins hosted a Monday night game versus Tennessee, and with a 27-13 fourth quarter lead, gave up 2 touchdowns to the Titans in the final 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the game to lose 28-27.
Wait, who went to bed before that happened?
Right here.
I woke up.
I don't remember it, but I was.
You don't need to.
All right. I woke up, I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, what the? I think I woke up at like the end of the third quarter, and I'm like, like I was
worst-
trying to go back to sleep while watching it, and then it's like, oh.
And that might be the worst offense
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Yeah, right.
Billy, what were you doing?
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
We'll have to ask Erica about that.
She was in the other room. Whoa.
The following 2 weeks, the Dolphins had a 30-0 beatdown of the Jets, as well as having a 22-20 win over the Cowboys. Last week, it was all set for Miami as they played at Baltimore. They had already clinched a playoff berth. AFC East division title was theirs for the taking with a win.
And then what happened?
Well, the game started off great for Miami.
But
Well, the first offense.
Let him
We're
talk.
getting to the butt.
Yeah, we're getting to the butt, all right.
First offensive possession of the game, the Dolphins went 8 plays, 75 yards, scored on a Tua Tagovailoa touchdown pass to wide receiver Cedric Wilson, 7-0 lead.
Cedric.
Either one. End of the first quarter, Miami had a 10-7 lead. I can only think at that point the Dolphins didn't realize that they were expected to actually play 3 more quarters of football. Well, the remainder of the game, they are outscored by a margin of 49-9, leading to a 56-19 shellacking by the Ravens. Baltimore quarterback Lamar Jackson had a stellar game, 18 for 21, 321 yards, 5 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, perfect quarterback
I'd say
rating.
perfect. He sealed up the MVP with that game.
Yes. His 5 touchdown passes were a career high. And when you look at the stats, he had more touchdown passes in that game than he had incompletions.
We know a guy who's done that before.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Joshua.
Yeah, there you go.
Ravens backup quarterback Tyler Huntley, he even got in on the action as he threw a fourth quarter touchdown pass as well.
Not yesterday.
No, not yesterday. Stick with the program here. We're talking about Miami ball.
Shunned by Jim again. Oh, what a
Coming into
world.
last week's game, the Dolphins' D had been on a good run. Previous 6 games, they allowed an average of 14.8 points against. The 56 points scored on them was the most points scored against Miami since a 56-26 loss to
The Bills on the last game of the year 2 years ago,
2020.
4 years ago. It was a 2020 season, so
Right.
21, 3 years
What
ago.
year is it?
I don't know.
Math
Dave, you
again.
know? Nothing.
I said Happy New Year, but I don't know what year it is.
Just roll with it. It's better that
Okay.
way.
82.
Now, Miami this year has been known for their offense. We'll get to that side of the ball in a bit. But don't dismiss their defense. They sit at 9th overall, one spot ahead of the Bills, who are 10th overall in total yardage.
Yeah, okay.
Tied with the Bills for the team lead in sacks with 53. That's good for the third best in the league behind Baltimore and Kansas City. But that does not count anything that happened in Baltimore's game yesterday.
Uh-huh.
As we know, tonight's game is in Miami. That makes a big difference for the Dolphins' defense. Of the 40 touchdowns that have been scored against the Miami D, on the road, where are we here? They've
he's got a lot of
allowed
notes.
27 touchdowns against in 7 games. They've had 2 against them, and in London, that's a neutral location. At home, 8 games, they've only allowed 11 offensive touchdowns. Injuries, major story for the Dolphins today.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even.
Starting edge rusher Jalen Phillips was placed at IR with an Achilles injury at the end of November. Maybe call Aaron Rodgers, talk about it. While 3 other starters on Miami's D were put on the IR list this week. Edge rusher Bradley Chubb tore his ACL versus the Ravens.
That's huge.
It is huge. Linebacker Jerome Baker is out with a knee injury. And 4-time Pro Bowl defensive back Xavier Howard is out with a foot injury. Going to the other side of the ball, the Dolphins' offense will be without starting offensive lineman Connor Williams, who went on the IR in mid-December.
Is he the one that tore his ACL?
I believe so, yes.
Is it the center?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
He's in the middle.
Running back Raheem Mostert, who is tied with Christian McCaffrey for the league lead in touchdowns with 21, as well as wide receiver Jalen Waddle, who has over 1,000 yards receiving this year. Both are officially listed as questionable, and as of 11:45, that was the last update, but they are not expected to play.
That's what I saw.
They are
Okay.
out.
Right. Well, let's put it this way. As of 11:45, they were not officially ruled out.
I'm telling you, they are out. They are ruled out.
Well,
Mike
now it's
McDaniel called me.
12:13.
You don't got a damn watch on.
I know. What time is it?
Time, please.
12:17.
12:17.
My watch is behind.
That's because you don't know the year.
Or what day the game's on.
I went back to the future.
Again.
Not having an injury designation for the game is wide receiver Tyreek Hill. His 12 touchdown receptions, second in the league to Tampa Bay's Mike Evans, 13. Hill leads the league with 1,717 receiving yards, becoming the first player in NFL history to surpass 1,700 yards receiving in 2 seasons. He had 1,710 last year. He missed the Week 15 game versus the Jets with an ankle injury.
He's fast.
He is. That's why they call him the Cheetah.
Not fast enough to put a fire out.
Yes, he missed Thursday's practice.
Man!
Missed
I was
Thursday's,
going to bring that up, too.
missed Thursday's practice with an absence listed as due to ankle/personal injury or issues. House fire. Kids playing with the lighter.
It's probably one of the other baby mamas said, here, take this, go light his house on fire.
I think he had issues. That's personal issues.
Okay.
Anyway, Jim, you were talking about the Dolphins.
Also not listed on the injury report is quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Under Tua, the Dolphins lead the league in scoring, total yards, and passing offense. And Tua became the first Dolphins quarterback selected to the Pro Bowl since Dan Marino in 1995. He left last week's game with a shoulder injury, but is slated to start tonight with no limitations. This will make the first season of his career that he has started every game. Josh, is everything okay out there? We're getting air raid?
I don't know.
Very loud. Lots of Walter.
I talked about the difference in Miami's defense of touchdowns allowed in road games versus home games. The Dolphins' offense, how they do, seems to be based upon the record of their opponents.
Yes.
So far this season, they have played 5 teams with winning records and have scored an average of 18.4 points per game. When they play losing teams, their scoring jumps to an average of 35.5 points per game.
Who's the only team they beat with a winning record?
Dallas.
With losses, other teams with winning records, losses to Bills,
Well, those are the same.
Philadelphia.
Philly.
Those are the same teams. Like, they're really good against bad teams.
Yeah. So, Miami wins tonight if first place in the AFC East as well as the second seed in the AFC is theirs. This would give them their first division title since 2008. Loss tonight puts them in at 6th seed, where they would go on the road next weekend to play in Kansas City.
Cool.
We're going to finish off on a bit of history.
Lay it on us.
December 19th, 1981. Last game of the regular
You
season.
weren't even around yet.
No.
Last
I
game
remember.
Last game of the regular season, Bills and Dolphins played for the AFC's title. 10-5 Bills played at the 10-4-1 Dolphins.
They tied.
Not that game, they didn't.
No, but I mean,
Who did they tie? I'll give you a
was,
clue.
it was this guy.
I'll give you a clue.
Oh, it's a
Hey, there you go.
The who? What? What did you just say?
blah.
In that game, the Bills could only muster 2 field goals by kicker Nick Mickemeyer, while Miami had a David Woodley to Tommy Vigorito touchdown pass and 3 Uwe von Schaman field goals to make the final Miami 16, Buffalo 6.
Uwe van Schaman?
Yes.
I remember him.
So they could only muster that. How would they catch up?
They didn't.
Oh,
Bills made the playoffs as a wild card and went on the road and played the Jets in a game that Buffalo had a 31-13 fourth quarter lead, but ended a furious fourth quarter rally by the Jets in a game that, rally by the Jets with an interception in the end zone by defensive back Bill Simpson, sealing a 31-27 Bills victory. Bills moved on to the divisional round. They lost to eventual AFC champion Cincinnati 28-21. Dolphins, they went on to play in one of the greatest playoff games ever against Dan Fouts and the Air Coryell offense of the San Diego Chargers. Chargers beat the Dolphins 41-38 in overtime. That game, at the time, set the record for most points ever scored in a playoff game, most total yards in a playoff game, and most passing yards in a playoff
Was
game.
that the infamous Kellen Winslow getting
Yes.
carried off the field
Yeah.
by his teammates? Yeah.
In San Diego, after going and playing in Miami, where both teams were dehydrated at the
Right.
end of the game, next week had to go play in Cincinnati, where it was game time temperature of 9 below.
Then Cincinnati got blown out the first time, getting blown out by the Niners in the Super Bowl that year, right?
They didn't get blown out, but they
No,
lost.
that one. Yeah, but they lost.
That's all I got for the Dolphins.
Hey, Jimmer! Now it's time for you to fail.
I have a question.
He's got questions.
Fire away.
Let me get my cards out. I don't have any cards. Have the Bills ever beat the Bengals? What? It's not. Never mind. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Dolphins-related question.
you know where
all
you're
right.
going with that, or
Yeah.
Oh.
Have the Bills ever beat the Bengals in the playoffs?
I don't think so.
no? 88 was the last time they
You
played.
mentioned that one. Well, and 2 years ago.
Right, and in 88, right? That's the Ronnie Harmon game. Wasn't that against the Bengals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I should have an answer for this, but I don't.
No?
All right.
All right, Jimmer, first down.
Yeah.
Miami's current stadium, which is Hard Rock Stadium, used to be formerly known as Blank, which was named after the team's founder.
I don't know.
Oh, Joe
Don't know
Robbie
that.
Stadium.
All right.
Man.
I think it's Joe
I didn't do my
Roby.
research on this
Ooh.
once, but
Joe
The-
Roby.
Roby.
The Dolphins infamously went undefeated in 72 to go on to win Super Bowl VII. The year before they made it to the Super Bowl VI, and lost to this team.
That would be the Dallas Cowboys.
Perfect. Dan Marino.
Not perfect. He got the first one wrong.
Second answer was perfect.
Third down and long, we'll say, from the first down miscue. Dan Marino, you know him?
I've heard of him.
Vaunted class of 83.
Yes.
Yep. Played school at this college.
That would be University of Pittsburgh.
Ooh, and for bonus points, maybe a penalty on the defense, he also won one MVP in his career. Do you know the year?
1985.
1984 is correct,
Well.
Jim. All right.
That's close.
Now, if you get this is just like the old Yellow Jacket question from months ago.
All right, here we go.
All right. The Dolphins were founded in 1966. They're the only AFC East team to not be an original AFL charter team.
Okay.
So the Jets, the Bills,
Not the Jets.
the Dolphins, whatever. Not the Jets. No, they were
The Titans.
the tight. Oh, come on! Don't get me on semantics. You know what I'm trying to. You know the point I'm trying to push. So, the Jets, the Patriots, the Bills, all three were original charter teams. The Titans, whatever you want to call them. Miami was not. They joined in 1966, but the original Miami football team played a season in 1946 in the American Football
Jesus.
Conference. Their team name was the Miami.
Hurricanes.
This is a team now in Seattle, the
Seahawks.
Miami Seahawks, which eventually moved to Baltimore and became the Baltimore Colts. The first
Did not
iteration
know
of
that.
Yeah. So you lose, it's a sack. Bills beat the Dolphins by 100.
All right.
No one knew that.
That's right. I had no clue. I thought it was pretty neat. Like there's always that
That's
little bit.
good, yeah.
The Dolphins are also the oldest professional sports team in the state of Florida,
I believe it, yeah.
before anybody else. Even the
Tampa
Marlins.
Bay, Jacksonville, Marlins, Florida Panthers.
What year the
Tampa Bay
Marlins
Lightning.
inaugurated? They were 90. Weren't they early 90s? Yeah. Them and the Rockies, where Buffalo lost out to. Could have been the Buffalo Rockies. That doesn't make any sense. Aaron's back
It's about time.
for
Q&A with Dubla.
You don't have him in.
He's back.
no, it's the other cameras.
Ah, okay.
He's
He's
back.
back. Welcome.
I just flew in.
How was your trip to Vancouver?
Are your arms tired?
Very. Vancouver?
Yeah,
No.
Seattle.
San Francisco.
No.
Pogo.
Yes.
Ah,
No. Oh, that would have been nice though.
Guam.
I did get to play golf though.
Yes, that was incredible.
It was just warm enough.
That's incredible.
Yep. I didn't play well,
Well, yeah, you were out there.
but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we did Top Golf. That was fun.
Oh, Topgolf. Yeah.
What is that?
It's like indoor golfing, but it's also outdoor. So it's like a driving range with like video games and booze and.
They track your
food
ball.
and- yeah.
So you can play games against each other and aim at
yeah.
certain things.
So like one game it was how hard you can hit it. One game is how accurate you can be, and they had kids games on there too. Like they played Angry Birds, so they would knock down the bird stuff
Oh, neat.
by hitting the golf balls. It was fun. I had a good time.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Hit it as hard as you want.
I do. Yeah, most of the time. I have one question for you today.
Okay.
All right.
How do we fix this?
The show? We can't. It's irreparable. How do we fix what, Aaron?
I'm going to give you one of the teams that did not make the playoffs, and I'm going to ask you to just give me maybe one thing that you can fix the team with.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Let's start with the worst team in all of football, Carolina.
Coaching.
Sell the franchise.
Just kidding.
It's got to be out on the offensive side because the defense is not that bad. They have some skill players, Adam Thielen,
Yeah.
running back, what's the guy, Chuba Hubbard.
Yep. What about
Bryce
the
Young,
quarterback?
Yeah, they got to develop him more. I would say get a mentor for Bryce Young, established, who, I don't know,
Yeah.
but an established quarterback to come in. Maybe somebody like Teddy Bridgewater or something.
He
about
said he's retiring.
Well, somebody like him.
He's going to go
Maybe-
coach high
but
school
maybe
football.
as a QB coach.
Yeah.
How about your favorite group, Nickelback?
Can they come in and help resurrect the Panthers? Find out. News at 11. What?
All right.
Dude, I'm just so
win.
glad to be back.
Yes. This is our. You know what? I'm done.
Hey!
All right. Well, how about we try Arizona? How do we fix Arizona?
How do we fix Arizona?
They're working on it. So whatever they're doing is doing okay. They've been better the last couple weeks.
The thing is, Murray's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, keep Kyler Murray healthy.
That's
And
it.
yes, keep
I think
Kyler
that's
Murray.
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And maybe a little defensive help, but yeah.
How
They're
about Washington?
okay.
Yeah. Washington, unfortunately,
Ditch Riverboat
it's-
Ron as the coach.
Rivera's
Rivera.
gone. Yeah. But keep
Who do you
Sam
bring-
Howell,
But who do you bring in?
Bill Belichick.
Is that the Belichick place?
It could be.
Very well could be, yes.
I hate this talk about Belichick,
Yes.
so I won't even say anything.
Tim Harbaugh.
Yeah. Well, Jim
Okay.
Harbaugh is kind of. We talked about Belichick possibly going to the Chargers, most likely destination.
Right.
Now Harbaugh's name is coming up as
Right.
possible for Chargers.
Yeah.
Because he was asked a question and he didn't shut it down.
About the
Right.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, does any of us have a future? It's like, that's grim as hell.
But anyways, Washington.
We
is a
could all be
mess.
dead tomorrow.
They traded off like their whole defensive line,
Yep.
Right.
which
And-
was one of their strengths.
And they did that, and they traded Sweat to Chicago, and he's nothing but a wrecking ball for
Right.
the Bears. He came in like one.
Speaking of the
Like
Bears,
Miley Cyrus.
how do you fix the Bears?
Coaching. I don't know, because they are also looking better than they have. It's a small sample, but the defense is actually pretty good. And when Justin Fields isn't just like a total bonehead, they're really good, and they have good weapons.
Yeah.
Don't screw up the first overall pick, which they
Correct.
got from Carolina.
Right.
They have to make the decision if they're going to keep Justin Fields,
Yeah, that's
or if
huge.
they're going to go for Caleb Williams in the
Yeah.
draft or Drake May.
So he's the fix to draft
I don't know.
the
No.
best quarterback that's available.
I don't know.
You'd have to hope that one of those guys is immediately better than Justin Fields, because Justin Fields is looking better.
Well, here's the thing: you can't draft him or draft a quarterback, and then
and
your
then-
other quarterback is worth nothing.
Right.
You know, you're
You
gonna
gotta
get,
make a
you're gonna
decision
get a third
before the
round
draft.
pick or a fifth round pick.
if they keep Fields, I don't know, Marvin Harrison from Ohio State.
Right,
Don't,
right. Get him
don't
a-
screw up your first round,
Yeah, exactly.
first overall pick.
By taking an offensive tackle or something like that.
Like the Raiders. Remember Raiders?
I
did that with
want
Robert
him.
Gallery?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
All right, let's move to the AFC side. How do we fix the LA teams?
Well, there's only one in the AFC. LA. That would be the Chargers.
Oh, sorry. Las Vegas is. I put an A instead of a V.
Move them both again.
The Chargers?
switch them. Move the Chargers back to San Diego,
Yeah.
where they should be.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with something you guys haven't heard yet. Coaching for the Chargers. That one, though,
coaching.
I think is.
They already fired
Everything's
Brandon
there.
Staley. They brought in Gift somebody as the
Yeah. GIF.
interim head coach.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think.
is the Raiders the same answer then?
I say the Raiders are not that far off.
No. Better quarterback play.
Better, yeah, I'll go with that. Better quarterback play because they're on like fourth round pick, Aiden O'Connell.
So you think the coach that's there now should get the chance to keep
Yes,
going?
Yes.
Antonio Pierce.
Yes. Yep. And they made that mistake last time when they fired Chucky, the interim coach who came in and got him to the playoffs. Should have stayed.
They didn't fire him.
Though they were forced to fire him.
But I don't think you can fix the Chargers. They had a good team for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
I've never
They've
seen
been
the
like a
playoffs.
wild card playoff team. I wouldn't say they've been a great team or anything.
But they've been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, man, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Move them to San Diego. They need a team.
I think when Philip Rivers' kids are old enough, maybe they can put them all
whole
on the field.
That's one offense.
What about Tennessee? How do you fix Tennessee?
More time to develop, because I think Levis is going to be good. I think you need to get somebody in there to finally pick up Derrick Henry's slack. You have a good wide receiving option. I think they just need a little bit of time.
I say basically break it down.
I agree
restructure
with you,
everything. It's pretty much stated that this might be Derrick Henry's last game in Tennessee.
Might be
His
Mike
contract's gonna
Vrabel's
be up.
last game.
Is
Mike
that
Vrabel.
a trade him type of thing?
I don't
or
think you're
a-
going to get
If they can get something for a trade,
Yeah.
But as far as his contract, still a great running back. I'd say top 10 in the league, but running back position has been devalued
Yeah.
as of late.
He's the guy I would love,
Yeah,
you know, but
but for minimum, like the
Yeah.
vet minimum, that'd be great to have him behind him. Yeah. How do we fix New England?
who
Hopefully
cares?
we don't.
Down with New England.
Just blow the whole thing up.
Yeah. Anyway,
And how do we
Well,
fix?
you know, you bring Brady back.
Yes,
That's how you would fix him.
to coach.
No, to play. Have you seen the quarterback play?
How do we fix the Jets?
everyone just looks at Jim.
Totally revamp the offensive line.
That would help.
They don't have a second round pick this year, but two of their first, third, and fourth round picks, make two of them offensive line players. Get a quality second receiver opposite Garrett Wilson. Don't be a slave like they've been all year to Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking forward to what he can do if he can last longer than 4 plays next year. But it's like everybody's walking on eggshells. Everybody he wants in, they're bringing him in.
Yeah.
Randall Cobb's been a disaster.
Didn't they just
Allen
vote him
Lazard.
most inspirational
Yes.
player?
Who?
Yes, they did.
The Jets.
For coming back from his Achilles.
I would.
What?
You could have fixed him by signing Flacco again.
You could have, yes. Get a quality backup quarterback to back up
That's
Rodgers.
what you need.
Yep.
But, yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Jimmer.
I've got a couple of non-team things that I would like you to fix.
Okay.
How do we fix all the QB injuries?
Grass fields.
Yeah. That'd
Simple
help.
answer, grass fields.
That would help just.
That's across
QBs,
the board.
that's all
Everybody.
positions,
Grass
yeah.
field. I cannot wait until the Bills have the new stadium for grass. Baltimore, look at that game yesterday. Watt jumps, he has a horrible injury on the grass. It's sloppy, this and that. But he was also hit on the play, too. So many of the players' injuries across the league, across every position, those injuries come from the grassy turf. Non-contact injuries the last 3 years have just been wild. And
That's why I retired.
Yes.
From football?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't even know he played.
I don't remember the press conference.
No. Very
Well,
quiet.
I didn't hold one.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't want that kind of attention, Double A.
Just want to fly under the radar.
How do we fix daylight savings?
You don't do
Just
it anymore.
eliminate it.
Just get rid of it.
Yep.
Yes.
Because I hate it.
Yeah.
No spring forward, fall back.
What would you
just-
like to say to daylight savings?
F that.
F that, brought to you by Crino Music, 811 Central Avenue, 366-4800 at Crino Music. We know music. Thank you.
How do we fix... I did enjoy calling in to say that.
That was wonderful. That was the highlight of the year.
The kids were laughing.
As long as we made the kids happy.
Make the children happy.
Yes.
We're all about the kids here on Live in the Alley.
I'm like,
They're like, you said F that?
he swears.
Yeah.
I swear by it.
How do we fix in fantasy football drafting tight ends?
Eliminate the
draft-
position.
Don't draft Travis Kelce in the first round.
Did you
Sorry,
do that this
Janet.
year?
No, I didn't.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Janet did. So this one's going to be a play on words. How do you fix gin drinks?
With
Oh,
vodka.
money. Sorry.
With tonic and a lime.
Just don't even drink it.
Oh, it's good.
Jim likes his gin. Jim.
Yeah.
Jim. Jim Daru.
All right. I got one last question and a statement.
All right.
No,
Then
I got two questions.
Then he's retiring.
Yes. How does a banana answer the phone? Yellow. You're welcome on that one.
I love it.
What
That's
do
not
you-
appealing.
That's how you finish that. What do you call a bunch of millionaires sitting around watching the Super Bowl?
The Dolphins.
Downtown Brew.
No, gee,
I was going with the New England Patriots, but you.
Oh, okay.
all right.
Better. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
And your statement is?
Oh, sorry.
Your manifesto.
No one has been still more than Ben Stiller.
Anyway, it's time for
right.
quick picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, it takes a minute. Like, oh, okay.
All right, starting off with a game that certainly has impact for the Bills. If it's Jacksonville at Nashville, if Tennessee loses, Jacksonville's in. The Bills have to win tonight. If Jacksonville loses, it's pretty simple. The Bills are in before they play.
Well, Tennessee is getting 4. Past 2 seasons, Tennessee is 1-10 in games played in December and January. Trevor
Oh,
Lawrence
boy.
is playing. I'm going Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's going to come down to how well Lawrence can take a hit because it's a shoulder injury.
He's
I
hurting.
believe.
Yeah.
So,
He's hurting.
You know, if he gets hit once and the game could shift quickly. But if he's in, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'm taking Tennessee
I am too.
just because I want them to win, not because I think they'll win.
You always, listen, I've always said it. You always pick with emotion. And Mike Vrabel, say we want about the guy, he does get his team to rally around him. It could be his last game. There could be Derrick Henry's last game there.
But that offensive line is horrible.
Right. But there are a lot of guys with a lot of incentives to play for contract-wise on that
Tannehill.
team. Tannehill's
He'll
playing.
be gone.
I know, but
But
I mean, he's playing to play next year
Yeah, perhaps.
somewhere.
Washington.
you know,
Yep.
or Carolina.
Vikings at Lions.
or for the Jets.
Knew that was coming.
Possibly. Detroit is giving 4. Detroit has clinched the NFC North. Currently the number 3 seed. They can get the number 2 if both Dallas and Philadelphia lose, and if they win, of course. Minnesota can make the playoffs with a Green Bay loss, a Seattle loss, and either a New Orleans or Tampa Bay loss. I think with Dan Quinn, the coach there, I think he has Detroit all fired up, and they come out and put a whooping on Minnesota.
Dan Quinn or
What's his
Dan
name?
Campbell?
That guy, too.
Yep. Kneecapper.
Both of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is Detroit kind of playing for something? Just to move up
If
one
they win,
spot?
a 2 seed, you get 2 home playoff games. If you win the first, it's,
I don't think they really care.
I don't think they care.
They're going to play for like a half, probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
Get
I'm
Goff
gonna go
out there and
Minnesota.
get him the golf out of there.
That's what I'm thinking.
okay. Sure. Atlanta at New Orleans.
So did we pick anyone?
Sure.
Sure.
We'll go back and watch the tape.
No
All
one
right, New
watches
Orleans
this.
is given 3. New Orleans wins and Tampa Bay loses. Saints win the NFC South. New Orleans could also get in the playoffs with the win and both Seattle and Green Bay losses.
Jesus.
Atlanta wins and Tampa Bay loses. Falcons win the NFC South. Atlanta's lost 3 of their last 4 and are 4-11 against the spread their last 15 games. I'm going New Orleans. The home team.
Jimmer, is that a new jacket? That is nice.
No, it's just my heavy jacket.
Okay.
It's heavy.
My
jacket.
heavy work jacket.
Yeah.
It's still nice.
Well, thank you.
I don't think so.
Tampa Bay
Wrong game.
Wrong game.
was terrible last week.
There it is. Yes. Yes, this is very true.
All right.
I don't
New
care.
Orleans.
New Orleans?
I don't care.
Hey, he said, okay, New Orleans. Sure. Jets at Patriots.
Who's going to watch that game?
The fans.
It's for the division, kind of.
I don't even think the fans are going to watch.
They taking naps before the Bills game?
Yeah, like, oh, we got to watch the Bills game.
Jesus. All right, Jets at Patriots.
Patriots are giving 2. Last time we saw.
Who cares?
That's Yes, we are.
Why?
Because it's a show.
That's what we do on the show.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Jets at Patriots.
Patriots are giving 2. Last game the Jets played was Thursday nighter versus Cleveland, where they were competitive for about 5 minutes. More than likely, Bill Belichick's last game as head coach of New England. Jets have just been uninspired majority of the last part of the season. I'm going New England.
Wow. Sorry, that's my shocked face.
I do not give a shit.
Pass.
I do. New England is going to win the game. Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Carolina is getting 3.5. Tampa Bay wins. They are NFC South champs. They could also make the playoffs if they tie the Panthers and Seattle loses and Green Bay either loses or ties.
I want one of those crazy scenarios to happen one day.
Yeah.
Where some team needs like 4 teams to tie, and
Yes.
the moon needs to be at this angle. and
Like
they
when
get in.
that Bills broke the streak.
That's right.
Yes. That was.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to happen in this one because Tampa Bay is going to win.
Okay.
No, they were terrible last week.
Still
Allegedly.
going to win.
Terrible last week.
How
Playing
bad
the
were
worst
they?
team in the league.
Really bad.
Okay, so are they going to win today?
No.
Carolina?
No.
Tampa Bay?
No.
Tie.
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
They were
Yeah.
terrible last week.
Josh?
Yeah, Tampa.
Okay. Tampa Bay. Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is giving 7.5. Browns are locked into the number 5 seed. They're resting Joe Flacco and starting Jeff Driscoll.
Oh, yeah.
Bengals eliminated from the playoffs. 0-5 so far this year within the division. Last 11 in the series. Cleveland is 9-2 versus Cincinnati. But Cleveland nothing to play for. I'm going Cincinnati.
They were 0-5 even with Burrow healthy this year in the
Yeah.
division? Wow. That stinks.
Yeah.
Didn't beat the Steelers. Didn't beat the Ravens.
Ravens,
and
yeah.
lost the first time to
Well,
Cleveland.
nobody beat the Ravens except for the Browns.
It's funny that they're resting Joe Flacco, seeing that he rested half the season already.
Well, he's older. He's tired.
Aaron?
Oh, he played 4 games.
Jeff
Sit
Driscoll.
him down.
Cleveland it is. Josh?
Yeah.
All right. I will go with Josh's pick, and yeah. Chicago at Green Bay.
Green Bay giving 2.5. Green Bay win puts them in the playoffs. If they don't win, there are 5 other scenarios where they make the playoffs. And no, I don't have them all listed out.
Awesome.
But there are 5.
That,
Yes.
In quarters, that's $1.25.
Chicago's not beaten Green Bay since 2018, but Chicago has won 5 of their last 7 and 4 of their last 5. Last year, Green Bay faced the same situation, win and they're in, and they lost to Detroit. I'm going Chicago. Happens again.
Chicago. Chicago.
Green Bay.
Where is it?
Green
In
Bay.
Green Bay.
I don't care. Chicago.
I'm going with Chicago. Dallas at Washington.
Our biggest spread of the game, Washington is getting 13.
Are you on uppers or downers or something? Biggest spread of the day.
I wanna
That
say-
game.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay? Is it the heavy work jacket?
It must be.
All right. I'm very concerned.
Dallas's clinched playoff spot will win the NFC East with a win or a Philadelphia loss.
Right. They don't need both.
Right. It's one or the other. More than likely, head coach Ron Rivera's last game for the Commanders. Give me Dallas.
By a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Washington it is. Denver at Vegas.
Denver at Vegas. Vegas is giving 3. No playoff implications. Since Antonio Pierce took over as head coach in Las Vegas 8 games ago, Raiders D has allowed a league low 16.3 points per game. Vegas is 4-1 against the spread in division games this season. I say they win it for Antonio Pierce to get him the head coaching job.
I'll take LA.
LV.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Bad joke alert. What? Bad joke alert.
Alert.
Is he okay?
I know. All right. Raise your hand if you're having a stroke next to me.
I wouldn't bet
Dave
on.
raises his hand.
Let me tell the bad joke. I wouldn't bet on Denver and Vegas.
That is terrible.
Jesus.
I told you it was
You going with
bad.
Vegas then?
I told you what I wouldn't do, didn't I?
Okay. Vegas. Philly at the Giants.
Giants are getting 5. Eagles are in the playoffs, but to win the NFC East, they need to win and Dallas to lose. I say Philly wins, not by much, but they win.
The Giants
Wild
gave
card.
a good game 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Why is Philly so off all of a
I
sudden?
don't know.
But the Giants are a hot,
You know why? Because Jalen
steaming
Hurts.
pile of poop.
You got me with Jalen Hurts. You got me with a hot, steamy pile of poop.
Oh. Because Jalen Hurts.
Yes, poop.
Oh.
Oh, alert. Who you taking?
Are you looking at me?
Yeah, both of you.
I'm
hard-
taking
it's hard
Philly.
to tell.
I'm
Oh,
taking
okay.
Philly.
Philly?
Sure.
Giants. Seattle at Arizona.
Those are the big guys, right?
Yes, big men. Dumb logo.
Cardinals are getting 3. Seattle's in the playoffs with a win and a Green Bay loss or tie. Green Bay wins. Seattle is flat out of the playoffs. Seattle has lost 5 of their last 7. I'd like to say Arizona, but I think Arizona played their Super Bowl last year going into, not last year, but last game, going into Philly and beating them from coming from behind. I'm still going to go Arizona.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the Arizona bandwagon.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Murray
'cause,
looked
man,
really fun.
Yeah.
Like he did at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
I don't trust Seattle.
No.
No.
Unfortunately.
I mean, the
I like Geno.
quarterback came from the Jets,
That was years ago.
He was not good.
but he was okay.
No, he
For-
wasn't.
No.
Okay.
In another fantastic game of players not
great.
playing, Rams at the Niners.
Niners are giving 4. Both teams resting starting quarterbacks. Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold is your matchup. First matchup in NFL history of quarterbacks drafted in the first round, making their only start of the year.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. That is a good one.
San Fran is locked in as the number 1 seed in the NFC. Rams are in as a wild card. They're right now currently number 6. They can move down to 7 with a loss and a Green Bay win. Last 7 meetings, San Francisco is 6-1 against the spread versus the Rams. I'm going to go San Fran.
Sam Darnold for 300 plus passing, 2 touchdowns. San Francisco wins.
I'm going to go San Fran, and there'll be quarterback controversy next week.
Always is.
As the number 1 seed, they do have the bye.
Niners.
Well, we got to get these guys in practice. Man, Darnold looked great.
Chefs at Chargers.
Chargers are giving 3.5. This quarterback matchup is Blaine Gabbert versus Easton Stick.
Watch out for those
not a bad-
Chargers. Yeah, watch out
That
for
Easton
them.
Stick, watch out for him.
Yep.
KC is locked in as the number 3 seed. They won 7 of their last 9 versus the Chargers. I'm still going to go with Kansas City.
This is a tie.
Okay.
Yeah, who cares, really? Like, it's worth nothing, right?
No. No, it is
Either
not.
way.
I'll go Chargers just to...
Maybe draft status.
For the Chargers,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
In Game of the Week news, Michigan versus Washington for the national title tomorrow night.
Washington is getting 4.5. I think Washington has the more explosive offense.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Michigan is better balanced and the better defense. I'm going Michigan.
Give me the Penix.
Washington?
Yep.
I'm rooting for Washington. I don't know. I'm rooting for a good game.
I think you're going to get
Just
one.
to have a good game.
Oh, yeah.
I think if the game gets off the rails, I'd take Washington. If it's kind of a straightforward game, Michigan, like you said, better balanced. Their defensive line is excellent, but Penix can get the ball out quick. He's extremely accurate and has two really good wide receivers. So if it turns into a shootout, or it has to get to that point, I'd take Washington. Close game, Michigan.
his arm is so live.
I
Yes,
never
he's
have
really
a
good.
horse in the race, but I'm always just looking for a good game.
Yep.
Yeah, like just make it.
And the
Let's go to overtime and see.
well, the playoff
you know,
games, both
yeah.
playoff games were excellent games. So hopefully this one is excellent as well. In the other most important game up to date in my life, the Bills at the Dolphins for the AFC East title.
In 48 hours, this game will start.
Yep.
Dolphins are getting
It went
3.
down.
Miami already in the playoffs. You've illustrated what Buffalo needs to do. Miami loses, it'll be the 6th seed. Past 6 division home games. Miami is 6-0 against the spread. Miami is 7-1 at home this season. Bills are 3-4 on the road this season. Throw all that out. Miami's too banged up. If it was full strength, both, I'd be tempted to take Miami. But I'm going to say the Bills 27-23.
Okay.
Deal.
Yep.
Wow, I'm glad I could explain all this for you guys. Okay, yeah, all right.
I don't know if you guys know my Japanese heritage, but in Japan, they do a lot of dolphin killing.
Is that on the Trzcinski side?
Is that right? Well, it's a good thing I brought my fisherman's hat.
The scepter
We did
of
not plan
justice. The scepter of justice is going to be stuck right in the ball. Bills by 10, something like that. They're going to win. I'm fine with it.
Sounds good.
Get us the
Yeah,
number 2
We'll be back
seed
next week.
so we can see you next week.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.